Hey, what's going on, everyone? Right now, you're watching my YouTube channel, That's Textbook Sports. Traditionally and more recently, I've been doing a lot of podcasts on this channel, but as the NFL season ends and we get ready for free agency, the NFL draft, I'm going to be doing a lot more film breakdowns, starting with the offense and defensive line. Why am I doing that? Well, I feel like, in my opinion, offense and defensive line is the most important position or one of the most important positions in the sport, right? I mean, a lot of these teams that win Super Bowls, championships, all of that, they have an elite to fantastic or great, I should say, good offense and defensive line. If you can keep your quarterback upright, you're fantastic. If you can get after the opposing team's quarterback, you're fantastic. So let's break this one down. This is to the right side of the screen, wearing number 74 in white. That is Penn State offensive tackle, specifically left tackle, Olu Fashanu. He stands at 6'6", 319 pounds. Average size for a left tackle in the NFL is 6'5", 317. So he fits that bill. A 78.8 PFF grade. Now, stats wise, what I found out a really interesting stat from PFF in his career at Penn State: 733 pass block snaps, 0 sacks, 1 hit, 16 hurries. Now, something to watch for, pay attention to. 10 of the 16 hurries came this past year in 2023. But of course, the stats, they tell you a little bit about the player, have you gain some information about them. But the truth be told is, and where the truth lies, is within the film. Within the film, we get to find out what they do exceptionally well or not so well. So Olu Fashanu, highly touted. I'm I want to break into let's break down this film. I'm super excited. And of course, yes, Olu Fashanu, we're gonna find out. Is his film and what he does textbook? And of course, as y'all know, that's textbook. So here we go, breaking down the film. Olu Fashanu, Penn State, going up against Michigan right here, number 90. Let's break it down. Right there, what I love is the kick step and the foot speed. Now, I'm going to say this a lot in the video right here and in this film breakdown. It's going to sound repeated, so my apologies, but it's just what I see. Narrow base right here, standing straight up. Last week when I did the ZhanNewton tape film breakdown, his base was fantastic, and he had, his shoulder, I guess they call it shoulder height or something along those lines. That's what I mean. He had a great base and he got low. He got good positioning. Here for Olu Fashanu, that's not positioning we want to be in. Now it helps because this defensive end right here, he's high too. So the rep is gonna work out, right? Now Olu Fashanu, when he gets his hands on to these defensive linemen, like right here, hands inside the chest. Absolutely love that. That's A plus. But he latches on. Like, he will not let go. And we see that right here. Defensive lineman is even trying to swat the hands down. He's still holding on. And in this rep here, right, he does a good job of mirroring. Now, mirroring is if they go one way, you go that same way, and vice versa. That's a textbook rep right there. Just mirror, keep them in front of you. Every move that they do, kind of mimic it. And then right here, look at that. That's processing, really high and difficult stuff. Now, processing is applied a lot to quarterbacks, and deservedly so. Quarterbacks have to be processors, but the same thing goes with offensive linemen and especially tackles. So he sees right here, 25 doesn't look like a threat. Okay, timing of it, his rush, it doesn't feel like anything's gonna come of it, or he's gonna be rushing. The guy he actually picks up on the stunt, because Michigan does a lot of stunts, is right here, number 94. So that's a long way to go from the formation. And he picks it up, diagnoses it. What I love is he squeezes down because he knows if he stays wide enough, that's going to be a huge lane for the defensive lineman to hit the quarterback. But he squeezes down. Okay, I don't love the hands were low right there. I think always you should have your hands tight and inside and tight and high. But I mean, the rep is good enough right there. Again, going up against number 90 in Michigan. Hands low again, like I don't love it. I think you as an offensive lineman, you really got to have your hands up high. I don't starting even that goes in through the whole rep. They have to be high. Base playing really high again. Going to be talking about that a lot. But what he does really well in his past reps for this one, because let's just go with this example because it's on the screen right now. He knows that a lot of defensive linemen are going to want to use their speed and really bend that edge to the quarterback. Kind of like if I'm going to use this mouse, like bend it right there to the quarterback and work back inside. Well, his job as a tackle then is to make them take the furthest path to the quarterback. So it can't be this bend. It has to be rounded, really, very round. That's what he does. And another thing he does is he uses his right hand to get on the defensive lineman's pads. See, like right there, perfect example. He's got his right hand on that defensive lineman's pads, and then he's going to do that same thing. Let's just ride them out. Don't let them collapse the pocket. Now, both are playing really high. Again, the pad level, it's an issue, but it's a small thing that I think a lot of offensive line coaches can work around because he has a really unique skill set with the kick step and foot speed. There goes the kick step again. So if you watch the combine, Philadelphia Eagles have a really good offensive line, right? And their offensive line coach runs the combine workouts for the offensive linemen. They do at a certain period they do these kick steps, and it's where the offensive lineman they have this timing. He wants them to count to three, I believe so. You don't see it from a whole lot of offensive linemen, and it's a technique that is very hard to nail down, and it feels uncomfortable, right? You know, a lot of the offensive linemen that do it really good are some of the elite pros. And then so he does that, and then this rep again, processing. Okay, I'm gonna take this inside stunt. Michigan runs a lot of stunts, so it's something he sees in films and identifies, or it's something he identifies right away. Either scenario, that's some high level stuff. Kick step again. Now he bends his head here and the hands again. Like this defensive lineman, he's gotten low enough and he's got his hands inside the chest. When you work the hands inside the chest, you're able to latch on, control them a lot easier. And I mean, yeah, you can control them a lot easier and shift them whichever way you want to go. But he does a good job anchoring right there, right? He's got this like bend. So you're on the anchor, you are reinforcing that weight, your weight back into the ground, up and up to the defensive lineman to stop them in their tracks. Does a good job of it, and he controls him, right? Now in Michigan, they have a really good defensive line. Like we just watched them these past seasons when they had their rise up. Defensive line, really good, whether that be rushing the passer or in the run. The kick step again. Now, like, see, there we go. Hands are a little bit low. The time and they're just little things, but they're little things that matter. And look at the feet look like they're together. When you do it's like those shuffle drills that you do when you get into an athletic stance and the coach will tell you like shuffle to the left or shuffle to the right. Don't cross your feet. That's one thing you don't want to do because at any given moment the defensive lineman can really get into your chest, knock you off balance, use that leverage and overpower you. Now Olu has tremendous strength. Like are some of the anchors and the techniques, hand usage that he used absolutely dead on perfect? No, but the strength he has. Now he gets pushed back there, but there's some reps of the overall just pure strength are impressive. And then so defensive linemen are learning right now, right? He's he's gonna counter back inside and look, he's gotten low. He's gonna use that force right here for this left foot to push off and spring towards the destination he wants to go to. And as an offensive lineman, you're supposed to get depth, right? Decreasing that angle to the quarterback. Well, these defensive linemen will know, okay, he's going to get depth, so that leaves the possibility to counter inside. And he's countering inside with a running back right there. Olu still covers well. Now again, we're going to be saying it: leverage, pad level, balance. I mean, it still works for him. But think of like Micah Parsons. Micah Parsons does a lot of things, technique that are really sound and well rounded. In the NF, you can get away with some of that stuff of your athletic traits in college, but at the NFL, when talent is equal or greater, how many times are you going to get away with it? That's a lot of things I think coaches are going to be and general managers will be looking at when they evaluate Olu. Now, this rep, why am I going to watch this rep again? Let's look at that defensive lineman. He's going to try to get a head start, guess the snap, and he does. There's no penalty on it right here. But Olu, as I've mentioned, has good mobility, foot speed, quick feet, kick step. So how is he going to react to that? Opens up well now again, of course, leverage or pad level, but defensive lineman doesn't get to the quarterback. Actually, I might have misspoke. I might have misspoke. I think there is a flag on the play. Yep, right there. My apologies. He might have gotten offsides, but still, defensive lineman gets offsides, and you're able to counter that. Not run defense. Run game right here. It's about getting low. Now, both of them, these two players, look, they're standing straight up. If you look at the rest of the line and everyone else that's blocking, everyone's trying to get low. Does he get the pancake? Yeah, but the defensive lineman, in my opinion, is more off balance than Olu is, and Olu's able to use his strength. I think this is another running play. Yep, high again, and see, he's just not getting as much push. Like this is a gap scheme, and the gap scheme you should be able to road grade. And I think we're gonna see that when he does put things together in this next rep, that it looks perfect or close to it. Gets a little bit low, and he's able to use his leg drive to push. And look at what he does. Yards. Just yards on yards of him being able to road grade and create that hole for the running back. Now up against Ohio State, because Ohio State has one specific pass rusher in this game that whenever he plays this team has a fantastic game. I think in this game he had two interceptions, a pick six, a strip sack, fumble recovery for a touchdown. So how are you going to hold up against him? And Ohio State traditionally has really good elite edge rushers going into the NFL. Kick step good, hands. Talking about it again, hands low. Like you have to be ready all the time because you never know when these edge rushers are going to get to you. Hands low. Like that does not look like a good position to be in. And it works. I mean, that's quick to go from low that high. Those are quick hands. And he's able to wash the edge rusher out. But just little things to pay attention to. Now, finally, he's got them. Let's see how this rep goes. He's got them up high, maybe a little bit tight, but he ducks down a little bit, uses that right hand again. We're gonna see him get tested. Was the anchor perfect? He gets pushed back. Hands inside finally, and look at that. He's washing him out. There's no way that this edge rusher should get to the quarterback, and he doesn't. All right, so he's going up here, processing the stunt very quickly. Nice work from Olu. And then again, the kick step. Like I'm going to predict right now that when he goes to the combine and he does that kick step workout, he's gonna get a lot of compliments and rave reviews about it from their coach because he does it really well. They try to counter inside, close the door. Now they're out of position. So now what happens when they counter? They try to fake going inside, and it doesn't work for you stopping them, but then they go outside. So this is what he does. Defensive lineman right here, JT, able to swat the hands down, but Olu's able just to recover. Then right here, working, see right hand. So and he's able to anchor right there. And he you see if you see that rep, he puts his left hand, he doesn't get the positioning he wants at first, but then he's able to reestablish it again. See, like right here, right hand. Left hand, he's trying to get that positioning, but he hits the right arm. And then he finally does, and he's able to anchor, and you see that bend that they create. Kick step again, being able to wash them out on the edge. Like those are things he does consistently well. And I know for a fact that defensive linemen in the NFL who have tons of film and are going to be studying film for hours upon hours are going to know that he does those two things very well. So they're going to find out ways to try to counter that. And it's going to be interesting to see how he does try to counter it. Right here, JT tries to work inside, but then he's going to go back outside again, but with a spin. So he tries to spin. How well can Olu recover? He does it pretty well. He's got some tape that you absolutely love, and a team that drafts him is going to be like. Before I finish that sentence, right here again, hands inside, but he's able to use the pure strength. But like I was saying, he's just got these abilities that I believe NFL executives, general managers, teams are going to absolutely love and adore from Olu. That then eventually has them picking him really high and saying, okay, he does do these things not so very well, but how many prospects are going to be absolutely perfect coming into the draft? And we can work with that and make this kid a stud. Like everything turns out perfectly for Olu, in my opinion. We're looking at a Trent Williams esque talent. Now, I hate comps, but that's just what you feel like this thing could turn out to be if everything goes in the right direction with coaching and all of those sort of things. The right hand again. He ducks his head a little. Not the best technically sound rep, but he's able to win. Run defense. I mean, he's going up against a linebacker right there, so he has the size advantage over them. And so far, right there, actually I shouldn't say so far. That's a wrap for Olu Fashanu's tape, the Penn State left tackle. I like a lot of things about his game. What does he do well? Well, he has quick feet, the best kick step in the draft, mobility, athleticism, getting to the next level. He has, with all of the things that I know we didn't see a whole lot of him getting up to the next level in this tape, right? But he has the quick feet, mobility, and athleticism that we see so far from these reps that we're like, okay, it looks we can rely on this guy to go up to the next level on a linebacker or a safety and be able to make the play or the block. He has those things: awareness, processing, up tier, up level, really elite. Strength is absolutely elite, elite, elite. Couple things, like I said, he can work on in his game, but we're going to be talking about that more. Some things that are under construction for him. Of course, like I've said and felt repetitive on saying in this film breakdown, narrow base, playing straight up, a little bit more leverage knowledge I would like to see. Hands don't consistently land inside on the defensive end's chest. Could develop a little bit better of an anchor. Some of his best anchors were up against Ohio State in the 2022 film when Penn State was playing at home. But I mean, what you're getting in the prospects to me, when everything pans out and all of those little things can be worked with, the coaching is right there. I believe it can be Trent Williams esque. And then I don't necessarily know or have a comp for like the floor, but team that drafts him, I know they're gonna adore him with all of those things that he has. The coaching points, the small little things that they can coach up. He's gonna be a really good left tackle to have and a really good line side protector for your quarterback. And if you're a team that's drafting him, like I think of best fit, I would have to say Washington. Um, and it is but Washington most likely is going to select a quarterback. Then you have to think about a couple of other teams over there. I don't necessarily know the exact draft order. Pardon me for that. But maybe a team like the Chargers say, hey, we need a pass protector and someone at tackle or some offensive line help for Justin Herbert. Obviously, the New York Jets are going to be looking for a lot of offensive linemen and offensive line help. I like that fit with the New York Jets. So even though there's some things he needs to clean up in his game, you fall in love with the things that he shows you that we don't necessarily see from a whole lot of tackles to be able to have that quick feet, mobility, and all of those sorts such things. So that is a wrap for this film breakdown. I appreciate every single one of y'all who are my subscribers. Follow me on social media. The link to my social media will be in the description. I appreciate every one of y'all. Thank you for spending this time with me to talk about the film breakdown. Let me know in the comments what film you want me to watch next. Like I said in the intro, gonna be doing more offensive linemen, defensive linemen these first couple weeks. Then we get out to the fancy stuff like quarterbacks. For quarterbacks, I want to do a three-part series to do more just because I mean it's the quarterbacks. Really, really, really important position that you have to have for this game. But as for this film breakdown, that is it. Thank every single one of y'all. Have a blessed day. God bless y'all. And until next time,